God morgon, god eftermiddag och god kväll. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. And welcome once again to INCRadio Northern Europe Satellite Studio. I am Francesca Heiskanen from the Congregation of Lund, Sweden, one of your hosts for this evening. But with me is Selina. Please introduce yourself or say hi to everyone.
Yes, of course. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuned in tonight. I am Selina Bolander, broadcasting from Hyltebruk, Sweden. And I will be one of your hosts for tonight. But it's not just the two of us. Of course, there's three of us tonight, and we will let him introduce himself.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Kenneth Valdez from Stockholm, Sweden. And currently it's Sunday, February 23, 2025, 8:03 Central European Time. And in the Philippines, it is already February 24, 2025, 3:03. Yeah, Philippine time. And of course, we are so thankful to all of our viewers tonight. And please stay tuned because I'm sure you're going to be inspired in our topic for tonight. And Selena, what do we have for our program?
Yes, speaking of our topic, I know everyone is excited for our topic for tonight. So without further ado, our topic is improving parent-child relationship through proper parenting. So now we will be introducing our guests. So let's start with our guest from Austria. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello po, magandang gabi po sa mga nanonood. Ako po si Melanie Lopez, Diakonesa ng Vienna, Austria po. Magandang gabi po. Ako po ay may dalawang anak na lalaki, isang 11 years old at 16 years old. Ito po si Leonard. Siya po yung panganay kong anak.
Hello po, ako po si Leonard. I'm from Vienna, Austria. I'm a choir member in our local district.
Yes, and for our next guest, it's another mother and son duo. So let's go to Finland and say hi to our guest from there. So can you guys introduce yourselves?
Good evening, everyone. I am Mary Ann Seaman from local of Helsinki, Finland. I hold a church office as a finance officer, and also I am a mother of a 15-year-old boy. Together with me tonight is my one and only child, my son, Sebastian Bryce Seaman.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sebastian Bryce Seaman from the local of Helsinki, Finland, and I hold the church office as a choir member.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, Kenneth, who else do we have?
Yes, okay, let's jump into Brno, Czech Republic. Hi, brothers. Hi, CJ.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm CJ Olipas from Brno, Czech Republic po, and my office is Group Worship Service Overseer. Thank you for having me here tonight po.
Yes, thank you, CJ. And can I ask how many children? Do you have a children? Or
Yes,
how many
I'm
children?
a father of two, 14
Nice.
years old, and the youngest is 8 years old.
Yes, thank you, CJ. We get back to you. And of course, from Prague, Czech Republic, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, good evening, good morning to everyone. So I'm Trevor de la Paz. I'm currently uh, here in Prague, Czech Republic. So I'm currently the head deacon of our local and also a CWS or Children's Worship Service teacher and also a TSB officer. I'm a father of one child. She's turning 3 in the next few months in April. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. Thank you, Trevor. Who do you have next, Selena?
Yes, of course. This is one of my favorite guests. I know that she knows that. So let's go to Lund, Sweden. Go ahead, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Selena. My name is Katja Heiskanen from the Congregation of Lund, Sweden, and I hold my duties in the choir, secretary, TSC, and also a CFO officer. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for being with us, Katya. So now, just like what we mentioned earlier, our topic is improving parent-child relationship through proper parenting for those who just tuned in now. And our live chat question, before our live chat question, please do not forget to click the like and share button of our broadcast for tonight. And yes, our live chat question is, if you had to describe your bond or relationship with your child or parent in one word, what would it be? And what's the most important thing you've learned from your parents or from being a parent? So yes, team live chat, please type in your answers and we will try our best to read all of them. I can see right now there are plenty of comments already. So please just type in your answers there and we'll get back to you later. But for now, we will start with our topic discussion. So who do we have first? Cheska.
Yes, so let's go to the Lopeses in Austria. So we'll start off easy. For Melanie, how would you describe your bond or your relationship with your children? Like, what one word would you use to describe it, and why?
In one word po, I will describe it as a close friend. Because sometimes po we do kulitan, but they still respect us po as their parents.
Yes, close friend. I think a lot of parents, children have that kind of dynamic, that kind of friendship. I know, like with our mom, we also have kulitan with her. For you, Leonard, sorry, I kept calling you Zion. That's your brother's name. Leonard, how would you describe your bond with your mom or your dad or with both of your parents?
I would describe it as also as a close friend, but also very loving.
Why would you say loving?
Because we also try to understand each other, even though we're going through problems ourselves, and even we go out together a lot of times, so we could spend time together.
Yes, that's very nice. So thank you for that. So, who do we go to next? Kenneth, I think you want to ask.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna ask CJ. Hi, CJ again.
Yes, Kenneth.
Yes, as a parent, in one word, how do you describe your bond or your relationship to your children?
The same with Melanie. Friends. Because we want to make them feel that within our home, they not only have parents, but also they have friends that they can count on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like kabanding, right, CJ? Yeah, thank you so much, CJ. I'll get back to you again. And I will gonna ask Trevor. Hi, Trevor.
Hello again.
Same with CJ. As a parent, in one word, how you describe your bond to your children?
Well, I think I can describe it as fun.
Oh,
Fun.
why? Why do you say
Masaya.
so?
Yeah, because as a first time parent, I've enjoying my relationship with my daughter. Though it's really a challenging from the start because I'm a first time parent. So it became fun eventually as the days goes by. So even though I see my daughter growing up and learning new things, it's really fun for me.
I like that. That's fun. Siguro, ang sa inyo pong kasama po, Trevor.
But maybe ngayon fun, pero it will maybe evolve as she grows. Eh,
Yeah,
say maybe it will become friend, but for now it's fun.
yeah. Thank you, Trevor, for that. And who do you have next? Selena?
Yes, I'd like to go to Sweden and ask Katya. So, for Katya, if you had to describe your bond or relationship with your parents in one word, what would it be? And please tell us why as well.
So my word for my relationship with my parents, I think, would be trust. I trust that we trust each other, that we tell each other the truth, especially with my mom. And we have this thing where we tell each other the ugly truth, even if it's not something we want to hear, but it's something we need to hear so we can trust that we're honest with each other. And also there's, a trust that they know that I'm doing the right thing. They know that I'm following, the Christian rules. They know that I'm doing the best for my future. For example, I'm the type of person to change my life direction very often. So first I want to be a doctor. Second, I want to be police, something like that. Or now I'm studying communications. But at the end of the day, I know that they are supporting me with everything that I do because they trust that I'll do what's best for my future. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Katya. And I think I can totally relate with that because that's the same with me and my mom telling the ugly truth. Because I mean, we always hear the truth from the ones who really loves us. So, and it helps us to improve. So, and having that kind of bond with our parents is something that we really need to treasure. So, thank you so much. I'll get back at you. So, but now I want to ask Mary Ann from Finland, of course. So I want to ask you if you had to describe your bond or relationship with your one and only son in one word, what would it be?
Um, Same also with my co-guest, um, a best friend also. But in all, he is our confidant because as our only child, Sebastian is our bundle of joy and strength to pursue what we are aiming for in this life.
Yes, thank you so much. And wow, I wonder how Sebastian is feeling right now hearing those words from his mom. That's so sweet. So now I'd like to hear from Sebastian, and I'm looking forward for his answer. So, one word will you use to describe your parents?
If I had to describe my bond with my parents in one word, it would be humorous.
Humorous. Can you please tell us why you chose that word?
My parents are funny, loving people that put a smile on my face whenever I'm sad or down. They make me laugh with just one click.
Okay, so that's something that it's also nice to hear from our parents that when our son comes home, no matter how they feel, they make you happy, and especially he's a teenager, so that's nice to hear. Thank you so much, Sebastian and Mary Ann. We'll get back at you. So, Kenneth, who do we have next?
Yes, balik tayo kay Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
Hello po.
Yeah, okay. I know that parent and child bond is napaka-essential, right? And I know that you have different kinds of parenting style. So iba yung sa nanay ko and tatay ko, nila, and different to Cheska and Selena. But because we are inside the Church of Christ, may mga aral na sinusunod. And as a parent, how can you share us, how can you strengthen that kind of bond between you and your children?
Kind of band. Yung constant communication po during family hour po namin, we ask them po if they want to tell something to us or kung okay lang ba sila sa school, sa mga friends nila. Sinasabi namin po na huwag silang matakot na magsabi sa amin or mag-open. At ano po, wag sabihin lang po nila sa amin lahat ng kailangan nilang sabihin. At kung hindi man po nila masabi sa amin, sinasabi rin po namin na nandiyan lang po ang Ama, pwede silang manalangin.
Yeah, and I like that ano po, the family hour and napaka-importante ito para sa atin ano, like constant communication to your child also, and yung pagiging openness ano, that's the important also, napaka-essential yun actually. And thank you for that, Melanie. And for CJ, hi CJ.
Yes, Kenneth.
Yeah, just same question to Melanie. That how can you strengthen that kind of bond between you and your children? And can you share us some?
Ah, sa panig ko po siguro, give time to them, lalo't sila ay nasa Pilipinas, ako po ay nandito sa, Czech Republic po. Sa pamamagitan ng araw-araw na pakikipag-usap sa kanila o pagtawag sa kanila, iparamdam ko po sa kanila yung suporta ko rin po, siguro sa mga school activities nila or church activities nila na nais nilang salihan. Dun ko po ipaparamdam yung, pagsuporta ko po sa kanila.
Yeah, kahit na you're far away from them, but still, ano po, nararamdaman nila yung pagmamahal mo sa kanila. And that's a good thing, CJ, right? And one of the characteristic na masasabi kong napaka-importante din to, napaka-essential sa parent and child bond. Yeah, thank you, CJ, and thank you, Melanie, for that. And who do we have, Selena?
Yes, I'd like to ask Trevor. So for Trevor, what do you think makes a strong parent-child bond, and how can both parents and children help strengthen it?
For me, thank you for asking that question. So for me, it's time for each other and then attention. So kasi for me, I've been really a very busy person in work and in church, so many activities. So, but I make sure that I'm making time for my daughter as much as possible, even 1 hour, 2 hours a day, and then during the weekends we go to playground during, especially during this winter, we always go to some sort of a indoor playground just to have a bonding time for each other. So it's very important for me because it will be a good memory for both of us. And also it will be also a bonding time for us, for my family. So even though kahit working day, I make sure like during lunchtime we go outside, we eat outside, just the three of us, and then um saka hindi sa akin, for me, mahalaga yung kahit gaano ko ka-busy, I have time for my daughter. And I always make sure to train her according to God's commandments. So as early as like 2 years old, I already teach her to pray before going to bed, before taking a meal. She already knew that she will pray. So yeah, that's all.
Yes, thank you so much, Gabor, and that's really nice to hear, especially teaching our children at a young age, especially the importance of prayers. What you mentioned, your daughter knows already she needs to pray before eating, and I can relate with my son, Alfonso. He's like that as well. Actually, in daycare, they ask us like why he's always telling them that he needs to close his eyes first, and he's asking, and we explain to them that it's prayer, and that's something that I'm very, very proud of because he already knows that. So thank you so much, Gabor. So I'd like to jump to Finland again. I'd like to ask Mary Ann. With Mary Ann, I will ask her what challenges make it hard for parents and kids to understand each other, and how can both sides work to improve communication.
For me, the challenges that make it difficult for parents and children to understand each other are nonverbal barriers such as body language and facial expressions. Um, Sometimes it can cause misunderstanding. Um, Parents and children can overcome this through improved communication, always open communication, time to talk to each other, set bonding. Then because through this it can lead to improved communication.
Yes, thank you so much. Of course, it's always communication is the key, and hearing the answers from most of our guests, their children trust them, treat them as a friend, but of course, the boundary and the respect is still there, and having constant communication and trust is really important. So, thank you so much, and we will get back at you. But before we go to our next questions, let's do a quick live chat check. Of course, we don't forget you, our live chat participants. So, again, our live chat question is if you had to describe your bond or relationship with your child or parent in one word, what would it be? And what's the most important thing you've learned from your parents or from being a parent? And of course, we can see lots of comments, but there's this one from Sister Maria Claire Coco. Greetings to all the brethren tuning in. I love this topic, very timely and relevant. Greetings from Vanta, Helsinki. Yes, and I can see lots of comments here. We all have Jean Loxin from Bucharest, Romania, and we also have Elizabeth Giginto and Lucas Carmesis and Merly Mendoza and JC and also Arnold Ocampo from Espoo, Finland. There's so many brethren from Finland right now tuning in. Also from Sweden. I would like to hear from all our brethren from Sweden. There are lots of from Finland. So let us see you as well, brethren from Sweden. Who else do we have? Kenneth, Cheska.
Yes, so Evelyn Rosas commented constant communication and always let them know how important it is to fulfill our duties in the church. So it's reiterating what our guests have mentioned about having good communication and about letting your children know about the importance of fulfilling your duties. And for all of us that has grown up in the church, we know this, we've experienced this, how our parents have taught us about the importance of our church duties in the Church of Christ. Who do you see, Kenneth, that we should maybe quickly greet in the chat?
Yeah, so sobrang dami. Hindi ko na mabasa actually. But hello to Lisa Casillo, to Remy Cabanit, yan, Eloisa Nereda from Helsinki, Evelyn Almoden, Elizabeth Giginto, Arnold Ocampo, Marcel Malyari, Eloisa Nereda, and Leo Yangat also here. Yeah, and Janice Alva, and many more. Later po, we're gonna read some comments po. Okay, and let's get back to our guest, Melanie. Hi, Melanie again.
Hello po again.
Yes. Okay. Can I ask some what obstacles or challenges can make it difficult for parents and children to connect and understand one another? And I know na minsan nahirapan kayo as a parent, especially sa generation nila, right? But can you share us how to communicate or to improve with them with this kind of instances?
Malaki pong challenges po sa kaibahan po ng generation nila ngayon. Iba po yung mga bata ngayon dahil sa technology. Marami po
Exactly.
silang nakukuha information po sa mga through online. Kaya po ipinapaliwanag namin na di lahat ng nakikita sa online or social media ay totoo po. Kaya po lagi kaming sinasabi namin mag-ingat sila sa mga nakikita nila online. Kasi instead po na gamitin nila ito sa kanilang pag-aaral at makapagbigay ng mabuting kaalaman po sa kanila. Yan po ang
Yes, exactly. And may nakabubuti at saka hindi rin nakabubuti sa social media, right? And as an Iglesia ni Cristo member, we should be Christian even online, right, Melanie?
Opo.
Thank you for that. And to Leonard, yeah. Hi, Leonard. Okay. What challenges make it hard for you and your parents to understand each other, and what can you do to improve that communication to them?
As my mother said, generational gaps is a very big challenge for us. since due to different life experiences, they have different ways of thinking uh, opposed to us. And yeah, that just makes it hard for us to understand each other. And the only way I really think to improve it is to really talk a lot with each other, because if you don't talk with each other, how can you understand each other?
Exactly, indeed. Yeah, right. Openness is very important, especially to the parent and to the children, right? And I like that. I like that kind of answer, Leonard. Thank you for that. And we'll get back to you and to CJ. Hi, CJ again.
Hello, Kenneth.
Hi, and same question. Um, how can you share or how can you share us how to communicate or to improve with them with this kind of instances like nahirapan ka as a parent but nahirapan ka as a parent to your children sometimes, right? And how
Yeah.
do you improve that kind of communication to your children?
So in my side, at their age, lalo na sa bunso, 7 years old, the uses of gadgets. Sa atin alam natin yung masamang epekto ng too much usage of gadgets. Then sa kanila yun yung kumbaga libangan nila. So pagka pinagsabihan mo lang na pagka pinayuhan sila dapat ipaliwanag kung bakit nakakasama sa kanila yon para
Mhm.
maintindihan nila na ayun pala pagka sobrang gamit ng gadgets ay nakakasama sa kanila. Then napagkasunduan namin na magkaroon ng limitasyon sa paggamit ng gadgets. Sa isang araw yon, 1 oras lang dapat silang humawak ng gadgets, then the rest sa school activities, assignments, and ah, yun, family bonding.
Wow, that's nice po, yung limitasyon, that kind of word, ano. Sa mga parents like you, ano, naalala ko ulit yung nanay tatay ko. Ganun din sa akin actually, na dapat may limit ang paggamit. Pero dati kasi yung mga gadgets hindi masyado sa amin. Nalalaman yung age. But now as a generation today, alam ko ang gadgets ay napaka-importante sa kanila, right?
Yes.
And that's a limitation is yeah, that's good para matuto din yung mga anak. And thank you for that, CJ. And who do we have next? Selena?
Yes, of course. So from CJ, I want to get back to Crevor. So Crevor, how do parenting styles for you change from one generation to the next, and what valuable lessons can parents and children learn from each other?
Uh, for parenting styles, I think it really changed a lot because yeah, especially these times, yeah, that's what others mentioned. Na today it's really modern technology, so there are modern tools that one parent can use to as a as an instrument to for parenting. But I think before, I'm really puzzled because like for me, like if my daughter has some meltdowns, you can just let her watch like some YouTube videos or YouTube videos just to entertain her. But we're really puzzled before during our times when we're kids. Like there's no social media before, but how do our parents control our emotions, especially when we're still young? So paano kaya nila ginagawa yun? So I think it's really have a big gap on the generation styles for the parenting before and now. So sometimes there are common things that I can get from my parents, like when I'm seeking advice, like how do I handle this kind of emotion of my daughter? How do I handle these kinds of things for my daughter? They can give advice. Sometimes it is pwede siya sa daughter ko, sometimes hindi because of the generation today. But yeah, I think that's my opinion.
Yes, and I agree. You got me thinking now. How did our parents handle all four of us without any gadgets or any tools like that? Now it got me thinking. And as parents ourselves right now, it makes us appreciate our parents even more. Especially that we are parents ourselves, and to those who's not yet parents right now, you will understand what we mean when you're already here. So yeah, thank you so much, Krabor. And I would like to ask Katya. So for Katya, I'd like to know what challenges make it hard for you and your parents to understand each other, and what can you or you do to improve your communications with them?
For me and my parents, I'd say that one of us isn't good at listening, and then one of us isn't good at talking. And that's what you do when you communicate. So obviously, we know that there's something that we all need to improve on. And when I mean like it's hard to kind of talk, I mean sometimes we have a hard time formulating or expressing what it is that we mean, especially since if there's like a language barrier, which is weird to say since they were the ones who taught me how to talk. But for example, with my mom, when she speaks Tagalog to me, or she says something in Tagalog, I'm like, can you repeat that in English, please? Because sometimes I don't understand, or sometimes she has a hard time expressing herself in English, so I then tell her to speak Tagalog, something like that. And then also, if you know me, you know that I speak a lot faster than I'm speaking right now in real life. So sometimes they then also have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. So what we then do is that. I think the key to then improve that is just to be patient with each other, and don't rush each other. And if it is that, for example, we misunderstand each other, we don't understand what we're saying, just keep it lighthearted, just laugh it off, and then just then work on it together. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. And I think that's one of the challenges in not just bilingual, but multilingual households, because you speak English, Swedish, and then Filipino. So, of course, the language. And also, Katya mentioned she speaks kind of fast. I think my mom can relate to Rosalie. I can hear what Rosalie is saying, like, slow down, isa lang. I can hear those kind of words from my mom. She's tuning right now. Hi, mom. So thank you so much, Katya. We'll get back at you later. And I would like to go to Francesca, which is Katya's ate. So go ahead. Who do we have next, Jessica?
Yes, so let's go to Helsinki and speak to Sebastian and Marianne. So, Sebastian, I would like to ask you the same question. Like, what challenges do you and your parents encounter, or what makes it hard for you to understand each other, and what are the ways that you can do to improve your communication with them?
The challenge that makes it difficult for me and my parents to understand each other is probably being supportive. As an only child, that was quite a little challenge for me sometimes, but I took it as a motivation on the other side. I see to it, I speak for what I feel, what is in my heart and mind. That improves my communication to my parents.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And for you, Marianne, now, how would you say that you guide your child whilst at the same time making them feel heard and respected?
As a parent, um, I make sure that I am an active listener to my son, because listening actively to our children helps them to feel heard, respected, and understood. Like for my son, we as his parents, We make schedule for bonding that will give way to the we call time to talk. We listen to him, he listened to us. At the same time, we bond like friends, but there's still boundaries that we are still his parents. And at the same time, he value what our opinion is. Vice versa, also we value what is his opinion in some certain things.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's a bit of give and take. You know, you do your part, and your child does their part, and they do their best to understand you, and you do your best to understand them, and that makes for a strong bond and strong relationship between parents and their child. So we're actually heading towards kind of the last question that we want to ask everyone. And we want to once again ask everyone in the live chat. So what is the most important thing you've learned from your parents or from being a parent? So for this question, I want to go to Trevor. So what have you learned from being a parent now that you've been a parent for almost 3 years?
For me, be really patient, especially with my daughter. She's just 2 years old, and then sometimes you cannot understand her. It's really hard for her to express her emotions, but really you need to understand their emotions. As like my daughters, if you have like a child like 3 years old below, you need to understand her emotions, especially when she cannot express herself during meltdown, like if nagugutom siya, if gusto niyong matulog, sometimes you cannot understand it right away. So you need to read her, or you need to understand her emotions. So be very patient. Sometimes hindi mo talaga siya maintindihan, like may gusto siyang ipagawa sa iyo, may gusto niyang magpatulong. But if you're not really very patient enough to understand what she wants to do, you will not really understand her. So for me, it's really be very patient. For me, before, when I don't have yet a daughter, I don't have yet a child, I'm not really patient with kids. But when the time came that Cream was born, I've been really very patient to children, because you need that as a parent, especially when your kid is just like very young.
Thank you so much. So you really become a changed person once you
Yeah,
become a parent. So
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
good to know. Okay, for you know, for you, CJ, same thing. What have you learned from being a parent?
Uh, for me, Cheska, we have to be a good example as parents sa pananalita, mabuting asal, na kung ano yung pinapakitang ugali sa loob ng tahanan, ah, gano'n din sila paglabas ng tahanan namin. Kaya, ah, 'yun yung mga mabubuting pag-uugali po yung pinapakita namin sa
Okay,
kanilang mga anak namin.
yes.
'Yun lang po.
So you have to be an example in both your speech and in your actions. So thank you, CJ. Thank you, Trevor. Selena, Kenneth, who do you want to ask?
Yes, I'd like to ask Melanie. So, same with the other guests. So, what's the most important thing you've learned from being a parent?
Na-learn ko po yung naintindihan ko na po yung magulang ko dati nung kung paano nila kami laging pinapayuhan, sinasaway sa mga mali namin, kahit po yung paulit-ulit na sinasabi na sa amin, naririnig na tayo, di ba po minsan? Kaya lang, being a parent po, parang ginagawa ko na rin po yun ngayon sa mga anak ko. Dahil, kasi nga po, kailangan nating ulit-ulitin para matatak po sa isip nila yung tamang dapat gawin po. Yun po yung
Yes, thank you so much, Melanie. And like what we mentioned earlier, being a parent makes us understand and appreciate our parents even more. So I'd like to ask Leonard as well. So for you, what's the most important thing you've learned from your parents?
The most important thing I've learned from my parents is to, of course, to love the church with all my heart, and that there are always people whom I can rely on, even if I'm going through hard stuff with my studies or something like that.
Yes, thank you so much, Leonard. And as a parent, like Melanie and your father, Adamson, I know it's very nice and heartwarming to hear to know that they are the ones you can really rely on, and that's something very important. So thank you so much, Melanie and Leonard. Kenneth, who do you have next?
Yes. Okay. Mary Ann. Hi, Mary Ann again.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. What's the most important thing you've learned from being a parent?
The most important thing that I've learned from being a parent is be sensitive to the feelings of our children. Being parents is a tough job. have, have a talk time to them, listen to them, um, let them feel that you're also their best friend, that you can
Yes.
talk anything under the sun, um, so that they can lead to a good pathway. And most especially, lead a good model to them, especially when it comes to the faith in God. Um, because in the end of the day, still God will guide them. Not all the time I'm where me and his dad is always with him. So
Yes.
we make sure that he instill what God teaches us, how to be a good person in other people.
Yeah, I'm so ayun, na-touch po ako do'n, kasi totoo po 'yun. Actually, ti tinuturuan ka ng mga magulang mo ng tamang landas sa'yo, ano po. And, that's the good thing, Mary Ann, ano. And, I love that kind of, 'yun yung answer niyo.
Yes.
Kasi naalala ko yung parents ko din na laging pinapaalala na laging sumamba, lagi kang magtiwala sa Ama, and that's a good thing, ano, na kahit wala sila sa akin, at least panatag pa rin sila dahil patuloy pa rin ako sa mga paglilingkod sa Panginoong Diyos. And that's good, Mary Ann. I'm so thankful. Thank you. And to Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian.
Hello po.
Yan, same thing. What's the most important thing you've learned from your parents?
Just like what my mother said, the most important thing I learned from my parents was faith in God. Having this trait helped me build confidence in myself, which helped me a lot to make me feel comfortable with other people in a good way.
Yeah, that's good. That's being trust our Almighty God, and that's a good thing also. Thank you, Sebastian, for that kind of your answer. And let's go to Katya. Hi, Katya.
Hi, Kenneth.
Same question. What's the most important thing that you learned to your parents?
So my parents are active church officers for as long as I can remember. So through their actions, they have taught me how I should, treat my membership inside the church. And, they taught all of us, like my siblings, Jessica and also Franco, my older brother, to respect the church, to respect our church duties, and to respect the church administration. But I think one of the most important things that they've really instilled is like they've kind of taught us the importance of taking up a church duty, so we can be as much of help to the church and to the church administration, and to always hold that in high regard. And that's why, for example, me and Jessica, we always strive to attend every single CFO activity. So see you in the next one now. Or my older brother, he is now studying in the school for ministers. So helping the church administration and helping the church is something that we prioritize in our family, and something that they've taught us, ever since I was born, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why role model. And I'm so thankful to Katja also, and that's good. And always be obedient, to especially to the church administration. And yeah, Selena and Cheska, do you read some comments maybe?
Yeah, so we have a lot of comments actually in the chat. So thank you for everyone who submitted their answers. So from Mikkel Winter from Lund, Sweden, he says honesty and respect. Contact at least once a week for those of you who don't live with your parents anymore. So contact at least once a week. What I have learned, he says, is your parents are only on loan to you. Appreciate their good and bad side, and remember to tell them you love them. And John Linder, yes, she says fun. Fun is her one word to describe her relationship with her child. And then she continues on that I learned from being a parent, she has a 3-year-old kid, let the kids enjoy what they love and explore, because that's the start of learning. And Bamba Estoy from Oslo East, she says, parenting style, patience, consistency. A parent must be very patient to guiding their children in all aspects of life. Observe timing, especially for teenagers. So for all of us who've been teenagers or who are teenagers, I think we know that. Selena, what else? Who else do you see in the chat?
Yes, I can also see Shane. The communication is vital in improving and building a strong parent-child relationship. And also Nelson Mutuk, happy viewing to all the brethren. Hashtag Budapest, Hungary. Parenting should always be flexible, turning negative to a positive situation. Sad to happy, always have time to my family. Michelle Hermanson, what I learned as a parent: be very patient, be a good listener, and a lot of understanding and teaching. And Selma Mariano, what I learned as being a parent: be always understanding and patient. And of course, Lorne Lynn, being a parent should treat your child with respect you expect from them, and you'll find them reciprocating. Most of all, teach a child to give a high regard to the church duties and study hard. So yes, and there are plenty of comments. Thank you so much for that. So now we are going to our next segment, which is the CFO in action. So yes, what activities do we have in our district, Northern Europe? Kenneth.
Yes, napakadami. And okay, one of these is the film showing in Finland. So the congregations in Finland gathered for a film showing activity where they watched the short film Good Morning Sunshine. Ayan, as nakita niyo sa pictures. And this was the official entry of the District of Northern Europe for the 2024 In Cinema project. And the brethren from various congregations in Finland participated in the film showing activity via video conferencing. And the short film brought excitement and inspiration to the brethren. And the film highlights also the Christian family values instilled in the members of the church, especially the youth, and emphasizes the importance of following the teachings inside the church. And what do we have next, Selena?
Yeah, so from Finland, let's go to Oslo. The INC Giving in Oslo, brethren from Oslo, Norway, in the District of Northern Europe, successfully conducted an INC Giving activity. They visited a nursing home in Oslo to show appreciation for the elderly, as we can see in the photos, expressing their care by serving food and refreshments. Additionally, the brethren further showed their love and compassion through heartwarming performances that brought joy to the elderly. This meaningful effort reflects the dedication of Church of Christ members to sharing their faith and spreading kindness in the community. So what else do we have, Cheska?
Yes, so we have another inaugural worship service in our district. So after the recent successful inauguration of the congregation in Weherowo, another group worship service in Poland has been established. So the group worship service in Plock, Poland, in the district of Northern Europe, held its inaugural worship service, a manifestation of God's grace upon his nation and the brethren's strong faith and prayers. Brethren from across the district of Northern Europe traveled to Plock to witness this momentous occasion. They were strengthened in their faith and further inspired to be more diligent in their church duties. So those were just some of the activities in the district of Northern Europe. So we're really nearing the end of our broadcast of our program. So for this, we want to go back to our guest and ask for their shout out. So let's go to Melanie and Leonard for your shout outs.
Hello po mga kapatid sa Vienna, Austria po, tsaka sa Philippines po na mga kamag-anak namin na nanonood.
Ganon din po yung shoutout ko po.
Yes, so thank you so much. Now let's go to CJ for your shout outs.
Shoutout po sa aking nanay at tatay sa Negros Occidental, sa aking dalawang anak, Lanea and Ex-Chan, sa aking asawa, Marjorie Pulipas, at sa lahat ng kapatid sa Berno Group Worship Service.
Yes, and Trevor, for you, who do you want to shout out?
Shoutout po sa mga kapatid po sa lokal po ng Prague, Czech Republic. So they're watching right now. And to my beautiful wife, Kamelody, and to my cute daughter, Cream. They're listening and watching right now. So, and then sa mga kaibigan ko sa Philippines, and also to Ka Bisar and Ka Jake for this and to Ka Bisar and Ka Jake, and also to Ka Dani, our destinado.
Yes, thank you so much. Gotcha. Who do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my mommy and my dad, and also my siblings, Cheska and brother Franco, and to everyone in the congregation of Lund, and to all the district CFO officers in Northern Europe, and to Mosmase, and to all the guests today, or to all the panelists today, who had really, really valuable insights. So thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you. Sebastian, who do you want to shout out? And then we go to Marianne after that.
I just want to give a shout out to my family and relatives in the Philippines, UK, Australia, US, and Italy who are watching right now. And I just want to give a shout out to my father. Thank you.
And for you, Marianne.
Thank you, INCRadio, for always having me and now my son. Greetings to our district supervising minister, Brother Bizarre Balsita, and family, to all district minister, to our resident minister, Brother Frederick Rigor and Sister Gwyneth Rigor, and hello to all the brothers and sisters of local of Helsinki, Finland.
Yes, thank you so much. And for our next part, we want to take the opportunity to greet all of the birthday celebrants in Northern Europe. So bear with us. We have a pretty long list of everyone, of all the February birthday celebrants. So from, we'll start with Croatia, in Zagreb, Efraim Norte, Rodel Galileo, Franz Lyndon Ubuta, Dante Caracas, Richie Villegas, Maria Hofesel Malanum, Hia Norte, Joy Orbita, Mary Feliciano, Juvie Villasor, from Vienna West, Lowell Murillo, Joey Tungpalan, Angelique Tungpalan, Gilbert Alcantara, Gina Tungpalan, Abigail Alcantara, Christy Perez, Teresita Consulta, Marianne Salangsang, Chelsea Consulta, Rosana Rabago, Budapest, Kenneth, go after me, okay? But Budapest, Romel Paje, Justin John Tionco, Robert Luberanes, Christopher Mutuk, Marisa Macabunga, Amy Pilapil, Royden Trabaco, and John Paul Toledo.
And yes, happy birthday from Stockholm, Pauline Agapay, Pilita Bautista, Zachary Agapay, Cheryl Villarino, and Copenhagen, Henrik Holstrom. And from Lund, Rubilus Olson, Arto, and Rosalie Heiskanen, 28th wedding anniversary, hello. And from Mundalen, wedding anniversary also, Adonis and Arlene Karamat. Happy birthday to Phoebe Castro, Michi Koenga, Lian Alfaro, and from Larvik, Bea Gauran, and from Oslo, Robe Pineda, Jordan Ramirez, and from Stavanger, Jake Nicholas Eniel. And from Northern Europe,
Yes, and we also want to greet Brother Pierre Giorgio Losanes, one of the ministerial workers in the District of Northern Europe.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to everyone, all the February birthday celebrants. So we want to once again thank all of the viewers, all of the listeners, and thank you to our tech in the Philippines for helping us out in our broadcast this evening. And once again, we want to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for having INCRadio programs such as this. And to Brother Angelo Aranya Manalo, our CEBSI President and CEO and Christian Family Organizations Coordinator. Thank you, Bob.
And thank you po to Brother Montreville Boy from INC Media Production Section Chief and Brother Wally Taray from INC Radio Subsection Chief.
Yes, of course, and our district supervising minister, Brother Vizar Balsita, our assistant district supervising minister, Brother Jake Edick, district CFO overseer, Brother Oliver Nugget. Quick shout outs. Thank you so much po to everyone who tuned in, and shout out to my mom tuning in. And please do not forget to like our new Facebook INC Radio page so you can check it out, and don't forget to click like on the page and you can check out our broadcast there. Cheska?
Yes, I want to greet my nanay and my tatay, my sister Katya, our brother Franco Nicolai in the Philippines, to our brethren in the congregation of Lund, Sweden. And I also want to greet all of the brethren in Poland who I was fortunate enough to meet during this month of February for the inaugural worship services. And Brother Andre, we want to give you a special shout out as well. Kenneth, who do you want to greet?
Yeah, I want to greet my parents and my family and friends in the Philippines, and our best friend from Stockholm, Arboga and Nynäshamn and Skansel, Sweden. Hello po sa lahat dyan. And sa aming destinado po, Brother Roland Pineda. Thank you so much po. And of course, thank you for watching INC Radio Northern Europe Satellite Studio. See you next week. Up next, ito ang payo.
In the Bible, it was truth you must hold dear. Don't you ever waste your